Hey everyone! Justin Baldoni's legal team just released a brand new voice memo that he sent to Blake Lively back when they were filming It Ends With Us. And trust me, this memo is long. We're talking 6 minutes, so we'll break down exactly what he said and how people are reacting to it.
You can rest assured that based on the investigation we've done, the text messages we have, the receipts that'll go along with that complaint, she's dead in the water.
Before we dive into the memo, let's set the stage by going back to Justin's lawsuit against Blake, Reynolds, and their publicist, Leslie Sloan. In that complaint, Justin claimed that Blake wanted more creative control over It Ends With Us, specifically mentioning this rooftop scene that Blake wrote herself. She showed it to Justin for feedback during a meeting at the penthouse she shares with Ryan, and apparently Ryan was all about Blake's version. Allegedly, Taylor Swift was also there, saying she loved it too. But according to Justin's complaint, he told Blake her rewrite was good, but that the final version of the scene would likely be a blend of the original and her version. Apparently, Blake took offense, venting about past projects where her contributions weren't properly recognized or credited. The complaint goes on to detail how Blake kept pushing for more control over It Ends With Us. Interestingly, it also mentions that she didn't even read the book, not wanting to, yet still wanted to write major scenes, like that rooftop scene, without having the novel's context. Justin's lawsuit says that after his initial reaction to her rewrite, Blake went silent for a few days. Later, she texted Justin, referencing how it didn't feel great to have her general passion praised rather than her specific input. She also said Ryan and another mega celebrity friend, which is presumably Taylor, were also praising her script, and Justin picked up on the subtext that he needed to comply with Blake's direction. We even have screenshots of Blake and Justin's texts in the complaint. Justin told Blake that her rewrite helped a lot and made the scene more fun. He mentioned he would have liked it even if Ryan and Taylor hadn't chimed in. Blake's response was all about how she's really excited to make a film that surprises not just book fans, but potentially an even bigger audience. She talked about how she and Justin are both extremely determined, which is a huge gift in a collaboration. She said she wants them both to win because if he wins, she wins. And that means the movie wins. She also mentioned how Ryan and Taylor are like her personal cheerleaders, what she calls dance moms level stage moms, who always support her creative work. In those texts, she hinted that Ryan and Taylor are extremely protective of her because they've witnessed situations where she was overlooked or not credited properly for her contributions. She recalled times when she'd done uncredited rewrites, or where she was hired as a writer, but asked not to ask for official credit. According to Blake, Ryan and Taylor see her full potential and always push for her to be recognized. She said they don't give an ish about rocking the boat if it means she can fully express herself. So, fast forward to now. Justin's legal team has released a voice memo, and here's where things get interesting. Supposedly, right after those text messages from Blake, Justin sent her a voice note apologizing for hurting her feelings about the rooftop scene. This is presumably an attempt to show he was trying to keep the peace and support her creativity. According to the complaint, Justin realized Blake was upset when she went silent. The text conversation spelled out that she felt he only praised her passion, not the actual writing, which stung after she'd poured her heart into the rewrite. Justin says in the lawsuit that was never his intention, but we're going to hear it straight from him in this voice memo. He also notes, in the complaint, that Blake being upset was a signal that he should follow her lead for the script, especially since Ryan and Taylor both showed up to back her ideas. That created a pressure cooker environment for Justin because he felt like he had to do what Blake wanted. Now, let's recap the texts before we get into the voice memo. Justin told Blake he really appreciated what she wrote, that it improved the scene. Blake responded by saying she's inspired by the project and that they have a big opportunity to reach beyond just the book's fan base. She loved how Justin said, "You're not funny. You're gonna kill that rooftop scene." But it also pushed her to remind him she wants more than praise. She wants her actual input recognized. She also shared how Ryan and Taylor have been with her through multiple scenarios where her work wasn't properly credited. They're protective. They're also two major creative titans in their own right, so their praise gave her confidence in her rewritten scene. Blake specifically told Justin she isn't trying to overshadow him. She genuinely just wants to collaborate. She mentioned how she's got no ulterior motive beyond making a solid movie and supporting his vision as a director. But she added that Ryan and Taylor were a bit annoyed on her behalf because she's been overlooked in past projects. She pointed out that Ryan and Taylor carry a lot of respect in the industry. When they speak up about something, people listen, and they made it clear to Justin that they believed in Blake's ideas. Blake said she personally struggles with fear of threatening egos or complicating the process, but Ryan and Taylor don't worry about that. They want her contributions to shine. She joked about having dragons like Daenerys from Game of Thrones, meaning she can get fierce if needed, but those dragons protect the people she cares about. That brings us to the newly released voice memo from Justin. Now I'm going to play the voice memo so you can hear exactly what he said to Blake after he got her texts. Again, it's around 6 minutes, so buckle up. Here's the gist of what Justin says.
Hey, Blake. It is 2 in the morning. Hopefully this does not wake you up. Whew. Wow. There's so much I want to say to you, and I hope that we can FaceTime or see each other in person soon and get to talk more. But I'm just going to send you a few thoughts, and hopefully it's not going to be more than a few minutes, but that'll have the best track record. I don't think either one of us have the best track record for our voice memos. I want to start with an apology. Man, reading the second part of your message, my heart sank, and I'm really sorry. I for sure fell short, and you worked really hard on that, and the way you framed it, and how that made you feel. I just want to say thank you for sharing that with me. That takes a lot of trust and vulnerability, and I feel really grateful that you feel safe enough to tell me that that's how you feel and share that with me. And I'm really sorry. I fucked up. That is a fail on my part. One thing you should know about me is I will admit and apologize when I fail. I am far from perfect. I am a very flawed man, as my wife will attest. And and I'm gonna fuck up. I'm gonna say the wrong thing. I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth. I'm gonna piss you off, probably, but I will always apologize and then find my way back to center. That is one thing I can assure you of. And I'm sorry I made you feel that way. That must have felt terrible. And I will for sure do better. That was not my best weekend, and I should have given it more time. And damn right, you got great friends if that's how you felt and they knew that. And fuck, we should all have friends like that. Aside from the fact that they're two of the most creative people on the planet. The three of you guys together, it's unbelievable. Talk about energy, just a force, all three of you. But I just wanted you to know that I didn't need that, because it's really good, and it's going to make the movie sing, like you said, and I'm excited to go through the whole movie with you. I'm just excited to spend time with you. I'm excited to be in your sphere and your presence, and for us to share creative juices together, although that sounds terrible. I think you and I have been trying to build a relationship, which I think we've done successfully. I mean, here we are talking like this, me into my phone at 2 in the morning, but largely via text and voice note. And that, I will be honest with you, that is not my biggest strength. I love being with people and being in somebody's space and being face to face, and I feel like that's where I excel, and definitely fallen short at times in our text and voice note exchanges, because there's so much to communicate and there's so much happening, and all that to say, I'm just really looking forward to spending time together, and I think that's going to really go a long way for our chemistry, which I believe is there and has been there from the start. So I was so damn excited when you wanted to do this film. I felt it in the room when we met, and yeah, I think it does come from the both of us being so hardworking and having a vision and not settling. And I'm excited to have a creative partner in that with you. And it's just really exciting. There's so much more to say. There's so much I want to say. And there's one thing that I do need to say, which is I am so sorry you have been through what you've been through with these other filmmakers and producers or whoever the people were that you worked with. It just pissed me off. Those that just still kind of blown away that this is the industry that we're in and that you've experienced that as a woman. And I know I don't need to say it, but that's not at all going to be or will be, and hopefully it's not been the experience with me. There's nothing more exciting to me. Like that I get to work with Blake Lively and have her, all of her. I mean, that's what I want. And so there's been no hesitancy with me sending you the final draft file. I am totally fine with that. The only reason I didn't send it today was because I was trying to implement and add your notes into my working draft, which is already, like, I'm all over that draft right now. So there's a whole bunch of new stars that are going to be collated pages. And I just haven't had a chance to send it to you. But there's no hesitancy. I'm happy to send it to you. And I'm sorry that that has happened to you before. And I hope after this experience there will be a new, I don't know, I hope it'll be healing in some way. Because that's all I want. I want this movie to be healing. I want this movie to be commercial just like you and affect people and touch people. And I want to walk you through my whole plan and the work that we're doing with the domestic violence partner that we found, No More, and just my vision. And I just know that this can be really, really special, and it's going to be special, and you're the secret sauce, and we're the secret sauce. And anyways, I have so much more to say. I'm going to stop rambling because, Jesus Christ, it's been 6 minutes and 30 seconds, so I'm sorry. You probably have kids all over you and a baby on your boob, and you're listening to me ramble at 2 in the morning. I hope you're feeling better, and give Ryan my love. Thank you for sending me that. It means the world to me that you trust me with your feelings and your thoughts like that, and I can't wait to spend more time with you. Okay, I'm done cutting myself off. Good night.
Justin starts by apologizing, saying his heart sank reading Blake's second text. He admits he messed up by not clearly acknowledging the quality of her rewrite. He appreciates her honesty and vulnerability, saying he's glad she felt safe enough to open up about her frustrations. He continues with something like, "One thing you need to know about me is that I will own up to my mistakes. I'm flawed. I'm gonna screw up, put my foot in my mouth, annoy you, but I'll always apologize and realign." Then Justin addresses Ryan and Taylor's involvement, saying he doesn't need their validation to appreciate Blake's work, because he sees firsthand that what she wrote is good and will elevate the film. He emphasizes how excited he is to collaborate with her, to spend time together, and to combine their creative energies, then chuckles about how creative juices sounds awkward. But you get the idea. He mentions that texting and voice notes aren't his strong suit. He prefers being face-to-face. He believes they have great chemistry as collaborators, and he's so damn excited that Blake is part of this project. He references their meeting where Blake decided she wanted to do this film and recalls how great the vibe was. Justin then apologizes again for any frustration she's had in previous experiences, directors not giving her credit, producers overlooking her rewrites, or people using her ideas but shutting her out of official recognition. He says it upsets him to know she faced that as a woman in the industry. He promises that with him, it'll be different. He welcomes her full creative involvement and has zero concerns about giving her the final script file. He clarifies that the only reason he didn't send her something immediately was because he was in the middle of merging her notes into his draft. It wasn't about withholding, it was just a timing issue. Justin wraps up by describing how he wants the film to be both commercial and deeply affecting. He hopes it'll be a healing experience for Blake after her past industry letdowns. He can't wait to share his full vision, his plan with the production partner, the direction of the story, everything. He basically says, "You're the secret sauce, I'm the secret sauce, and together this movie can be magic." He also jokes that it's been 6.5 minutes of him rambling, so she's probably listening with a baby on her hip or dealing with kids, and he hopes she isn't too annoyed by the length of the voicemail. So there you have it. Justin's newly released voice memo is him apologizing for not giving Blake the detailed recognition she wanted. He's promising her that this is going to be a creative partnership, but obviously where we are now doesn't match that optimistic tone. They're in the middle of a massive legal fight and everything is blowing up in public. It's wild to hear Justin sounding so sincere, wanting everything to be great, and then seeing how things turned out. The production of It Ends With Us ended up a total mess, with lawsuits and drama overshadowing everything. Fans online are reacting in all sorts of ways. Some are listening to this memo and feeling bad for Justin, thinking he tried to placate Blake and adapt to her creative control. Others say the voicemail creeps them out, that a boss sending a long emotional apology might cross some professional boundaries. They question if a 6-minute voice memo at 2 a.m. is appropriate. On the other hand, Some people defend Justin, arguing this is just proof he tried to accommodate Blake's ideas and is only sharing it now to protect himself in court and in the public eye. They point out he was being nice, encouraging, and apologetic, and blame Blake for taking over the project. So, there's definitely a mix of sympathy for Justin and skepticism about how he handled the situation. Regardless, the big takeaway is that this voice memo highlights how Justin wanted to keep things smooth and collaborative. But in the end, the relationship with Blake totally collapsed. I'd love to hear your opinions on this. Do you think Justin is legitimately trying to show he was respectful and open? Or do you think releasing a private voice memo is a step too far? Is this just a strategic legal move? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This whole situation has been a roller coaster, from the optimistic start to the chaotic, messy legal battle we're seeing now. Anyway, that's all I've got for you on the It Ends With Us drama today. I appreciate you tuning in. This story just keeps evolving, so stay close for any updates. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you want more breakdowns on stories like this. Bye, everyone!